Welcome to another English lecture 9E15. Topic that we are discussing today is relative pronouns. Relative pronouns. Definition: a relative pronoun joins ideas. It gives additional information about the subject or object. Common relative pronouns are who, whom, which, that, and whose. Let's analyze the definition for concept building. Relative pronoun is a word that relates to the noun or pronoun, that is, antecedent, which is used before it. Example: I know Peter who broke the vase. Who is relative pronoun and Peter is antecedent. This example tells 3 points or 3 concepts. Number 1, relative pronoun. Who has replaced personal pronoun he? Number 2, who is relative conjunction as well, as it has joined 2 clauses as well. And number 3, in the sentence, who broke the vase is a relative clause as it adds information to its antecedent, that is a noun, Peter. Let's have a look at relative pronouns one by one. As we know, relative pronoun who and whom refer to persons. Who is used if the case is subjective. What is it? Subject of a sentence is the subjective case. Let's understand it with an example. You invited Atif Aslam. He is a famous singer. He is a subjective case, so we use who and remove he. Let's see. You invited Atif Aslam, who is a famous singer. Whom is used for objective case. Object of a sentence is the objective case. Example: she helped an old man. The mob had beaten him. In the second sentence, him refers to the old man and him is the objective case. So we join the sentences using whom. You can observe the change in article from an old man to the old man. She helped the old man whom the mob had beaten. It is so because before joining an old man is any old man, means general, but after joining it becomes a relative clause and now its sense is specific and not general. Let's have a look at one more example. Anna helped a woman who wanted to lift the box. A woman, any woman in general sense. And she is subjective case, so we use who replacing she. Let's see. Anna helped the woman who wanted to lift the box. The woman and not a woman now, because it's no more general sense. Here is a tip to use who. After person as antecedent, we use who followed by helping or main verb. Let's create a tip for whom as well. Police identified a girl. We found her to be a pickpocket. Her refers to girl, which is objective case. The answer is police identified a girl whom we found to be a pickpocket. So the tip is that after the antecedent, which is definitely a person, we use whom followed by a different subject which has nothing to do with the subject of the first sentence. Move on to the next relative pronoun, which. We use it for things and animals. Let's understand with the help of some examples. Number 1, the student raised the demands. These were just. The students raised the demands which were just. Number 2, My friend refused the key. It was in his pocket. So the answer is, my friend refused the key which was in his pocket. Relative pronoun that. We use it in different ways. Number one, after a pair of antecedents in which a person and an animal or thing is paired. For example, the girl and her bag that were lost near the station were found. So if the antecedent would be the girl, we use who. And if the antecedent is her bag, which is fine. But now, if the combination is there, then the perfect choice is that. Sentence number 2. The trainer and his dog that are generally seen around are not here today. Because if we use who, it is okay with the trainer but not with dog. Same is the case that if we use which, then it is good, it is fine, it is okay for dog but not for trainer. So in this case, that is the perfect answer. That, we use that with words like all, everything, nothing, the only, the same, any, the few, the little. How? Let's understand with some examples. All that glitters is not gold. So if you are saying all which glitters is not gold, all who glitters is not gold, all wrong. So it is that. Number 2, I have given you everything that I had. Everything is there, so that is the perfect choice. Number 3, she got the few books that she lost yesterday. If there would be she got the books, then which is fine. But if it is the addition of the few, the perfect answer is that. Number 4, I do nothing that can hurt you. And number 5, this is the only medicine that can save her. And number 6, you had asked the same dress that he wanted. We use that with superlative degree. How? Let's see. Number 1, he is the most intelligent man that I have ever met. Sentence number 2, you are the finest man that I know. With the addition of superlative degree finest, the answer would be that. Relative pronoun whose. Whose is used for possession or belonging. For example, Jim was playing in the ground. His toy was broken. Now when we join it, Jim, whose toy was broken, was playing in the ground. The antecedent is Jim, a person, and whose show the possession. So after that, an object or noun would be necessary. Number 2, I met my friend. His book is with me. The answer would be, I met my friend whose book is with me. Hope you have understood today's lecture. That's all for today. Allah Hafiz.